What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Phaithful Phanatics show. Welcome to what might possibly be the most depressing show in our DSM history. I'm one half of your host, Dylan Davis. To my left, my faithful co-host, Scotty. As always, guys, we are streaming to you live on the DSM Twitter channel. You can find us at DSM_media. Make sure to hit that follow button, of course. And then if we're also live on the YouTube channel, that's the best and only spot to get your thoughts, comments, and questions pulled up here with us on the screen like you can see right now. So make sure to check out the YouTube link in our link tree in our bio. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, share it, like it, whatever you do. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. The Birds drop Monday Night Football. Seems like an eternity ago, man. In LA to the Chargers in overtime, 22-19. We said we'd be here. Time to take it on the chin. Jalen Hurts has his worst performance in his professional career. There's no easy way around it. There's not anything. There's not much for me to say or defend today. I'm going to be all over Jalen. We can get into the benching conversation. That is ridiculous. And I know Pumper said it on before the game even started. So he can say whatever he wants, I guess. But despicable, man. Despicable. It's going to be a weird show because I really don't know how to get into it. I'm sure I'm going to be arguing a lot with Pumper. The problem is I really don't have too much of a back support today for this argument, Scotty.
Yeah, no, this is a golden moment for Mr. Pumper today, and I'll give him props where it's due. He at least called a bad game on Monday. I'll give him that. Like he said,
that's
Jalen's
to the extent
well.
I'll take the props.
Yeah, I'll give him props for calling a bad game on Monday. It definitely happened. It was the worst. Let's start there. Is it the worst game of his career? Like I've seen it thrown around. I think it's been. You can kind of say that without even really thinking about it. I can't even recollect a performance that like mind-boggling. No. And I think for me it was not only the turnovers, but it was like the timing of the turnovers were just rip your hair out material, excruciating. So
I can't listen, man. I mean, he's wrong.
Goff had one of these earlier this season, so I don't know.
I can't. I'm not gonna. I can't really argue with him, but he is wrong. No surprise. But
he did have the 2 turnovers in one position.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone ever confirmed that has ever happened before. If Jalen's the first player to do it, look, I'll say this: it was the first time that I can really remember in recent memory, and maybe the first time ever to group it along with his worst game. It's the first time I can really remember him being so reckless.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite of the MO of this team. Look, the offense has been boring for a large majority of this year, but the defense has been so stellar. The defense is forcing teams to turn the ball over, and we weren't turning the ball over. Now, this stretches back the 3 games that we've lost. This isn't just a Monday night thing. He has turned the ball over quite a few times over the last 3 games, but Monday night specifically, 5 turnovers, 2 on one play, like Pumper is so kindly reminding us of.
He did do that.
It was reckless, man. I mean, the game, you had to throw the Smitty that was just completely jumped and undercut. I don't know what he saw. The play that he did fumble on after the interception, I don't quite know how you didn't see a refrigerator standing in front of your passing lane when you threw the ball. And the third and final one, look, man, I'll get on the play calling. I hated the fact that they threw that ball, that they ran that play design in that spot. You're driving, you're inside the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock's not against you at all. You're going to win the game. But you could even tell, bro, just a bad feeling. Great play by them, right? The tip drill, guy comes back, catches the ball, keeps his foot in bounds, whatever, tip of the cap. If you remember watching it, Jalen didn't get into that throw, and there was no one pressuring him outside the pocket. Jalen threw that ball kind of fading, like off balance, leaning back. You just knew. You just had a feeling that was coming the second he rolled out of the pocket and threw that ball. He was really, really reckless. I was texting you during the game. Even the positive plays, even, a Smitty curl route, even an AJ slant, there was something bigger. There was something
missing guys
to be had that he could clearly see. Like, I don't know how he was missing some of these reads, man. Yeah. It was his worst game in his professional career. It's the first time in a long time, if ever, that he's been so reckless with the football. I don't quite know what he was seeing. I don't know why you would throw the football 40 times in a game in which he was playing so poorly in. So that's head scratching as well.
Playing really well, right? Like you were able to get the run going. So yeah, it was interesting, man, to watch. I say interesting. It was painful is the better term to put it as. Because, you know, I think it started out in the second quarter, right? He throws that interception. Like you said, we're driving down the field. We're about to take the lead. If they score 7, right? You go 7. I think it would be 7-6 if you score 3 there. Yeah. Because we were down 7-3 at the time. He obviously throws that pick. We were picking up momentum, about to get our first 7 of the day, and you kind of felt the 7 coming. Like I felt it coming. I don't know about you. And then boom, like you said, he just throws it to this big-ass defensive lineman, which just fucking blows my mind. But then he comes back the next possession, throws another one, like you said, overthrows Smitty. And like you said, there was several plays. I think on the one to Deshaun Hand, the interception to the defensive lineman, I think it was Dotson. Was it him that was streaming up the field wide open for a touchdown on that play? He missed him.
I don't know if that's the one play you're talking about. He had the overthrow on Smitty, if that's the one you're talking about, but it should have been picked. The DB trapped it on the ground. I don't know if that's what you were alluding to.
No, you're right. You're right.
That's another turnover-worthy play that should have happened earlier in the first quarter. So, terrible.
I don't know, man. Terrible. It's tough because, you know, you look at this game and they lose by 3 with, 5 turnovers in this game. So it obviously speaks like Jalen did lose you this football game, to be completely transparent here. It's AJ on top of it, right? Like
it goes deeper than just
confuses me. You know what I mean? Because once again, you have the third pick of the day that would have been if AJ just catches it.
It wasn't a good pass. It
wasn't, to be fair.
But it was, if we're talking the word catchable, like this wasn't tip of the fingertips, up in the air interception. This was, he saw he was going to get hit with the ball and he pulled his hands back. And then the icing on top of the cake, and I know you had AJ touchdown in this game.
That shit hurt.
Look, that's the point though. Like he finally drops one in the bucket in this game and AJ Brown drops it. He had the deep ball on the first or second possession that AJ just this far gets his hands on it and drops it. AJ Brown was far from perfect in this game as well. And obviously we'll get more into him. Obviously it's 3 best weeks of the season coming the last 3 weeks. The Eagles are 0-3.
Isn't that incredible?
I wish he would still keep complaining, because now that he's not complaining, it's kind of pissing me off a little bit more, Scotty, because it's like, you're winning football games. You're complaining because you're not getting the ball. You're getting the ball. You're losing football games. Your lips are sealed. Yeah. The only thing I heard from you was a little, those are plays I make.
He actually did he stood up for Jalen in his post-game presser. I did appreciate that at least. But to your point, to just go out there and miss. I mean, at the beginning of the game, even that first throw, that first deep pass down the field, I know that once again, that's not like, it's not a dot. I'm not saying that, but it's a catchable pass for AJ fucking Brown, and he should catch it, make that play.
The touchdown ball was a dot.
That was a dot. Yeah, that is all on AJ, in my opinion. That's a catch that we've seen AJ make over 20 times.
And the defender didn't get his hand on the ball and knock the ball down out of his hands. He just had his hand here, and I mean, we've seen AJ Brown make much more difficult catches through contact than that one. And you win the game. So that's the point. Look, if we're spreading around blame here, in this one particular case, out of 100%, Jalen Hurts gets, in my opinion, probably 96, 97% of it. I'm not shortcutting it. I'm not saying it has to be spread around all. Jalen Hurts gets 97, 98% of the blame in this game. But AJ Brown catches a touchdown pass. The game never goes to overtime. Jake Elliott makes a 48-yard field goal. The game never goes to overtime.
Yeah.
That's so it goes around, right? Like
just momentum killers. I mean, it was just happening throughout the game, momentum killers. So what is it from your perspective? Like, we look at Jalen in this game, is this for me, I'll just throw this out here. For me, this game is not like in a bubble to the point that you made earlier, right? Because he has turned the ball over, what was it, twice against the Cowboys, or was it twice against the Bears? Maybe it was, and then the turnover against the Cowboys. And then obviously against Detroit, against Green Bay. I'm not putting all of those offensive struggles blames on Jalen, but it kind of just fits into the trend since the bye week, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know, like, what is it to you? Is he pressing? Is it finally the play calling is catching up with Hurts, and now he's trying to play Superman? Like,
in this game particularly, I think a bit, or Dan Orlovsky actually made a decent point. I kind of want to ask you this kind of to follow up with that is, like, I know he turned the ball over, so nothing about the offense looked pretty, right? And from that standpoint. But did the offense feel like this week Nick gets involved? Did the offense feel a little more edgy? Did it feel a little more? It had another layer to it. They were running they were obviously trying to get the ball over the middle of the field more. Goddard was involved. AJ got hit on a couple crossers. You had the Smitty crosser in the overtime on third and long. The offense felt Saquon gets going a bit. The offense felt like it was performing well. Ironically enough.
Outside of
they turned the football over.
Yeah, and yeah, to your point, that was one of my bigger takeaways, and I think it's easier to come to that conclusion now that we're a couple days out. So, to be fair to anybody that did content right after, you might have been a lot more pissed and not able to see the positives out of this game. But I thought the play calling was a little bit better. I thought the target distribution, getting guys all involved across the field, I thought that was a lot better. You had a couple catches from Smitty, multiple catches from Goddard, obviously a ton of catches from AJ. Darius Cooper got mixed in there a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
I guess where the drawback comes is partly, yes, Saquon got going, but is that why the offense, obviously that's part of why it looked better this week, because the run game got going.
Yeah.
But obviously, it makes the play caller's life a lot easier when Saquon's breaking off these runs that we're used to from last season. So
I will say this, though, about the run game and about the offense overall, even though it did feel like there was a little bit more juice there and there were more chunk plays in this one, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to the creativity on the fake tush push, the 50-plus yard touchdown run, right?
Yeah. Good call out.
They just they still aren't doing the little things well, play to play. And it felt like in this game, you were only getting chunks. So Saquon 20 for 122, that'll tell you he averaged 6.1 a carry. No.
Right.
Saquon had a 51 or 52-yard touchdown run and about 3 or 4 carries that went double digits in yards. And all the little runs, the runs where you would hope for like 3 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards, they do none of that. It's chunk or it's hit behind the line of scrimmage, hit the line of scrimmage, hit the line of scrimmage. The throws, there's no 8-yard hit out routes to A.J. Brown, 2nd and 2. It's big crosser, deep ball. Like, they just still didn't feel like the offensive line tripping up. Cam Jurgens had a terrible day. Mailata had an awful day. Like, they still aren't doing the little things play to play right, where, Saquon did have a very good game. It was exciting to see the big plays. But if he wasn't breaking a 20-yard run or a 10-yard run, it was line of scrimmage, line of scrimmage, line of scrimmage. And that's
he was getting stuffed. Forward. Yeah, he was getting stuffed in a lot of those carries. And to your point, broke off a big one. That makes up most of the yardage. But ultimately, he did look better. How did you feel about the usage in overtime?
See, that's what I'm talking about, right? That's what I'm talking about. Let me go back just to pull it up so I don't get it wrong here. Let's see.
And see that just while you're getting that pulled up, that is part of Sirianni's job and Patullo's job, right? Take Jalen out of his own way. Like, sometimes you got to help your quarterback out. And once again, I'm not deflecting blame again. Jalen's got to make he's got to make better decisions with the football. Right. It's as simple as that. But you look at overtime, I get it, because you want to enlist that trust in him.
Sure.
Right? It's your Super Bowl MVP, but he's got 4 turnovers in the football game.
It's a game scenario, because it sucks, man, for us right now, because there is no defending it, and we've kind of been asking to put more weight on his shoulders, allow him to do more, and he kind of did, and he had the shitter, right? So it hurts from that standpoint, but In overtime, 9 plays, they drive down the field in under 4 minutes before the turnover. He had a 1st and 10 4-yard run to open up overtime. And outside of that, he had a 0-yard run on 1st and 10 at the Chargers' 47-yard line. So you gave the ball to Saquon Barkley twice in overtime.
And did we get a penalty on that second set of downs on that drive?
So we had the holding on Juergens, but that was his Jalen scramble for a first down.
Oh, okay.
And then after that was and then there was a neutral zone infraction on them, which was huge because it was 4th and 4. That I thought the game was about to be over in that.
No, you're right.
On that play, but it's just like that. I don't know, man. Like you had the chunk plays, you got the 16-yarder to Goddard inside the Chargers' 16-yard line or 17-yard line, whatever it was. And it just like, all right, there's still 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You have both timeouts, 2 minutes. Like the clock is not against you at all. Chargers already touched the ball. You're going for the win. There's just no need to throw that play. And clearly, here's another thing, and it's on Jalen, obviously, too. And you can't throw the ball the way that he did. But like clearly the read on that play was Jahan Dotson. No. So how in that moment, for the first time all night, the second time all night, you call Jahan Dotson's number?
Yeah.
Brian, look, you get the pay. You get a 99% pass this week. I have nothing good to say about Monday night. Nothing. I can say, oh, we dropped it in a bucket to AJ. Doesn't matter. You are right. 5 turnovers, 2 on 1 fucking play. It was a disaster.
Yeah.
But you are like, what's wrong with sports talk, brother? Because like at the same time, while you were somewhat correct, like, oh, Jalen had a bad game, you told us that Justin Herbert, even with a broken hand, was looking dangerous in warmups. Justin Herbert turned the ball over twice, had a 59 quarterback rating for 139 yards. Justin Herbert was not good. Justin Herbert threw 4 interceptions in a playoff game, has no playoff wins in his career. But yet you slob on quarterbacks like that.
Yeah.
That's where that's what D-Rap's trying to say. I know you're never going to hear it. You're going to respond to what I'm saying with some troll, corny comeback about how bad he was, or Tanner McKee, or this or that.
Yeah.
You get the pass today. I have
Tanner
nothing
McKee
positive
stuff,
to say.
man.
You're still overall wrong and idiotic with what you say about the quarterback. How about the 5 turnovers? How about the Super Bowl 7 months ago, Brian?
The Tanner McKee shit, man. Where did the fuck did this shit come from?
There's nothing. You know
where did this come from, man? Like, where did this Tanner McKee shit come from? If it was if it was fucking Kenny Pickett, it might make more fucking sense. Like, Tanner has a fucking cannon. Like, what?
He's never played a game He's never played a game with the ones and against real ones. I was at the game he started last week. Don't get me wrong. Tanner McKee is a cool backup.
Maybe, man. I'm not even sold that far that he's a cool backup. We have not seen this guy at all.
Never.
What the fuck? And it's all over Twitter too. It's not just Brian. It's not just Pumper. You see it on Twitter. Man, I don't know. Like, is it because he's Mormon or something? Like, what the fuck is it about Tanner McKee? This is not a fucking experienced backup in the NFL. It's not Nick Foles. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? 6'5" white guy reminds me of Nick Foles. Slings it, cannon arm. When the fuck have you seen his cannon arm? What the fuck are you talking about, man? I have no problem with Jalen Hurts slander today, but fuck off on the fucking Tanner McKee shit, dude. Like, that's so fucking stupid. I'm just so tired of hearing Tanner McKee, the Mormon miss. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Let me ask you. Hold on, because
seriously, what the fuck? You are
reminding me a little bit, Brian. But my question is, I'm trying to remember this game because was this the game that Kenny Pickett started in the Kelly Greens against the Cowboys? And then McKee came in because it was a blowout or something. Why was he in against Dallas last year? Remind me. I truly don't remember. I know he started week 18 because I was at the game against the Giants, and they sat everybody. Yup. Okay. So they were already up by God knows however much. and you're bragging about him throwing against that defense that the Eagles were already up 4 possessions on. I'm even different from Scotty. I'll even give you a little bit leeway. I think Tanner McKee is a fine backup quarterback. I think it's fine. But the problem with people like you, man, is they all say the same. He has a cannon for an arm. Justin Herbert has a cannon for an arm, brother. Josh Allen has a cannon for an arm, brother. They ever
this
win?
motherfucker.
They ever win?
Brother. All right, the Dallas game right last year. Give me a fucking.
Hit me. Wait, hit me.
He was 3 for 4 for 54 yards.
Right.
He threw 4 fucking passes, bro. This motherfucker is throwing out a game where this motherfucker threw 4 passes and coming on the show talking about this shit. Is this a fucking joke, Brian? Come on, man. Be for real for once.
He won't be. See, that's the problem.
For
I know.
once. Are you a real person? Is this a fucking bot? I don't know, man.
I love it.
This is so.
I love it. I love it. No, I love it because I'm only saying I love it because normally this is me. I'm glad it's not just me that he can crawl over the skin of, because normally it gets to me. Okay, right. So he threw with anticipation on 4 of the most beautiful passes you've ever seen. Jalen, when he threw the Smitty on that 3rd and long in overtime, Scotty, was that not with anticipation to throw Smitty open on that slant? Well, there's a throw with anticipation. Oh, well, only 1 throw. Well, you're only naming 4 throws, brother. You're naming a guy with 3 completions.
I mean, just imagine Tanner McKee standing behind this offensive line. It's not the offensive line of last year, by the way. Imagine Tanner McKee standing back there.
And I think this is a good transition point because I'm not going to continue to argue with Brian because I know he's got to be somewhat trolling, or he does enjoy therapy.
If you want to argue other top quarterbacks over Jalen, fine right now. I think we can hear those arguments, right?
The problem with
it's never that, though. It's a backup quarterback.
Is any person you name me, I can point and pull different games where they're all each terrible, where they throw 3, 4, 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
So
we just don't make excuses for Jalen for doing it. He turned the ball over 5 times. That's on him. Worst game of his career.
I think it's a good transition period because now it gets to the broader topic. Yeah. See, what's he, Joel Embiid, bro? I digress. He can't move, but he can't.
Really quick, man, because I like D-Rab's comment here. It really is just disrespectful, and I know we get this with Pumper all the time. Exactly. It's just fucking disrespectful, man. It's disrespectful.
And that's kind of where I was getting to with the big question that fans on Twitter have brought up. WIP jumped all over.
Yeah.
Benching Jalen Hurts. Even if just for a game. Because, hey, Scotty, if you didn't know, back in 2008, 9, 10, whatever, the year that we lost to Arizona in the NFC Championship game, we benched Donovan McNabb in a game. Kevin Cobb came in, and the next week, McNabb got his job back. It's just to wake him up a bit, right? That's what some people are saying. Whatever. To your point, the disrespect, he has earned not just more runway, not just more leadway with myself and most people.
Normal, yeah.
He has deserved the ridiculous amount of runway. To D-Rab's point, man, this is truly, and to your point, it's not just Pumper. He gets on here, he gets on my nerves. Yeah. There's people all over social media, haters
that
or
portion of the
that
fan base.
really get to me, man. Because like you said, the dude's been in the playoffs every year for 4 years. He's about to be 5 for 5. He's been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. Won with a Super Bowl MVP. Outperformed the greatest of our generation right now in both. Had like D-Rab said, had a 20-1 win-loss record, 23-1, 23-2 win-loss record up until a couple weeks ago, expanding 2 seasons. And it's time to pull the cord? That's what you're telling me. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with everything you said there. I mean, that was kind of a thinking point for me as well when I had to think back on this is, man, I watched Donovan McNabb do this shit multiple times, quite honestly. He knew how to have a bad game. I mean, he
He
had
knew how to have
accident
a real
written
bad
all
game.
over him sometimes, man. But guess what? I still was a diehard,
Yeah.
loyal Eagles fan. And I still rock that Donovan McNabb jersey every single game because that's what fans do. They support the team that they fucking like. And so that's where I get angry or confused with people like Pumper because they sit here and they pose as Eagles fans.
Right.
There's no way you could be an Eagles fan and not like Jalen Hurts and the success that he's brought the Eagles.
Exactly.
That's
and that's
weird.
the key word. That's the key phrase. The success that comes with him that he has brought. Because there's a difference. Like, I'm not about just being blindly faithful because this is my city. This is my team. These are my teams. I go with whatever. If we're a poverty franchise and the owner sucks and they don't spend money and they lose and lose and lose, I'm not just going to blindly follow them into battle, right? But you're celebrating a hiccup in what has been 3 of the greatest years of our entire fandom. Across any sport that you like, or we watch, your favorite team, the Eagles' 3-run stretch right now, about to be 4, is like some of the greatest, most winningest time period you have had as a fan of anything. And you're hating on the hiccup. But you don't, Brian, because you would rather see them lose like Monday night because he has a bad game than to see them win with him.
Yeah.
Because like we said, they've won a lot of games over the last year and a half, and you've been watching and commenting since before the Super Bowl, since before last year's playoffs. You are nowhere to be found when he plays well and they win football games.
Yeah.
You're always on here when he turns the ball over or they lose a football game. That's the problem. You don't support the name on the front. And like to your point, Scotty, I just to go back, man. Can you guess how many turnovers Josh Allen has had in a game? Like his career, like his high. The most turnovers Josh Allen has had in a game.
4.
2 times. 1 coming in 2023. Let's see. Just to keep the list going. Patrick Mahomes. Would you like to know how many turnovers Patrick Mahomes has in a game?
5.
How'd you know this?
I'm just guessing. That's funny as shit, though.
Pretty good.
Herbert had 5 interceptions in one fucking playoff game.
A playoff game. Herbert also was on the wrong side of the biggest comeback in playoff history versus the Jaguars 3 years ago.
Was that the game? Was that the game that he...
Dak Prescott throwing pick sixes in Jerry World against the rookie Jordan Love in Green Bay and getting smoked. I can continue. See, that's the problem. You can nitpick and you can go back to this bad game. And yes, man, it was a fucking awful game. But each and everyone's favorite quarterbacks, their quarterback on their favorite team, has had just as much of a down game before. Yeah. You know what they don't have to come along with that down game, Scotty? Hardware. He does. And you keep talking about the fucking the arm strength and the cannon. What, bro? Like,
it's mind blowing.
Did Tom Brady have more of a cannon in his time than other quarterbacks?
I wouldn't say that. No.
Patrick Mahomes had the biggest cannon right now in the National Football League versus other quarterbacks that he plays.
He has a cannon.
He's got a cannon, but I'm saying,
no.
Okay, and Jalen Hurts throws one of the best deep balls in football.
Yeah. Tanner disrespect. Go. Do you got a Tanner McKee? Like, for real? I was gonna say go get it, but you might already have that shit as far as his dick is down your fucking throat. Like, it is fucking wild.
He might, Brian. Brian, how about this, man? How about this? I appreciate you somewhat. Since you're here all the time, since you're subscribed, right? You go out and you get us to 250 subscribers. You share it with people, whatever. I'll buy you a fucking Tanner McKee jersey. That $10.99 Tanner McKee jersey that you want so badly. It's been bad
Not
this
this
year.
year,
Deep
Dylan.
ball. Yeah, you're right. That deep ball that he laid in the bucket to AJ Brown that would have won the game. That was a pretty bad throw, right? That was pretty bad. Those deep balls against the Minnesota Vikings to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Those are pretty bad, right?
Yeah. I'm just mad at myself for always trying to meet Pumper in the middle. He's not a guy you meet in the middle. That's what I'm realizing. He's not one of us.
I'm actually having fun because I'm just glad, because there's times where he gets me rolling and I look over and that face that you're making right there, that's all I see. And I know you're just laughing.
Well, I think it's because the proof is there this time, right? And I am getting defensive of Jalen Hurts because he did turn the ball over 5 times, right? Like any other time, Brian is just talking nonsense. He's talking out of his ass. Today, there's a little bit of data behind it from the last game. So I have to put the guard up a little bit today, man, because people are getting ridiculous with QB1.
Let me give you these stats as well, because and I don't know, man. What do we make of this correlation, guys? D-Rab, KC, Pumper, I'll even fucking throw it your way as well. What do we make of this? A.J. Brown, last 3 games. Catches, 24. It's tied for first in the National Football League. Receiving yards, 342. It's first in the National Football League. Receiving touchdowns, 3. Tied for third. Air yards targeted, 438. That's first in the league. Receptions for first downs or a touchdown, 18. That's first in the league. The Eagles are 0-3. What is the correlation, if any? I'm not saying there is, and I'm not saying that the Eagles shouldn't be getting A.J. Brown the ball, and I don't want A.J. Brown to get the ball because that's not true. We were pounding the table for him to get the ball, but it has to come within the confines of the offense, and it has to come in rhythm, and it has to make sense. And to your point 2 weeks ago, in the back-to-back weeks, the Dallas week and then the Bears week, when they come out and target him, and then he disappears. This game was a little less of that. They kind of spread it around the 4 quarters. He was involved. Is there a correlation between A.J. Brown seemingly, I don't want to say force-fed, because it's not like they're only going to A.J. Brown, but I don't know.
No, I do feel you. I think it's just ironic, man. I think that's part of it. Like this game specifically, I mean, he got 13 targets in this game, 6 catches. So 7 of those targets just were not caught for whatever reason it may be.
3 drops.
Once again, if he catches one of those 3 drops, they probably win the game. I mean, maybe not the first one. Maybe you're just in field goal range, whatever. I don't know. But
who knows if we're in field goal range? Jake Elliott has been so bad.
Yeah. So to be fair, you can't put your faith in Jake Elliott either. But obviously, if he catches that one in the 4th quarter, the game's over. So while I say targeting AJ Brown, it's a trend right now with losing. You could have easily won this game if AJ Brown catches one of 3 passes that he dropped in this game. But no, I think it just comes with throwing the ball more, but I don't know, man. I don't know, because the last couple weeks, right, it was AJ Brown spam and then really nobody else involved. This game, you get Goddard involved, you get Smitty involved, you have Saquon going in out of the backfield. So I don't know. The 5 turnovers creates almost like an asterisk mark, you throw it out almost. I can't even group that game in with the others outside of Jalen and the offense been struggling, but that was on another level of struggle and turnovers and so on and so forth. So it's confusing, man. It's confusing when you see how this team played before the bye week. Certain games this year against legitimate contenders, the Rams game, had close game against the Broncos, different matchups that came across the season. And you go out here. That was the other thing. It brings something to mind here. And I know Justin Herbert was injured. What are the Chargers as well? What were we playing against? Their offense didn't do much, obviously.
No, and that's a shout out to the defense, man, because the defense was fucking phenomenal again. Nakobe Dean was phenomenal again. They did all this without Jalen Carter. Cooper DeJean's a monster. Q's a monster. But I mean,
Jalix Hunt.
Marcus Epps was fine, and I didn't have to watch Sidney Brown play football, so that was a positive, right?
Yeah.
So the defense was unbelievable. Obviously, the first drive, the Chargers throw like a 60-yard screen pass to Vidal, and they get 6 on the opening drive. That's the outlier. They did nothing else to the rest of the game. The defense tightened up. I think the Chargers are a good team. They're not a great team. They had a +3 in the turnover battle. Probably should have won the game before overtime. We missed a field goal as well.
Yeah.
Just a lot, man. If you hear me keep going, like, it's because I there's not much I can say that is going to A, have a positive spin on it, and B, be groundbreaking to anybody, right? I don't have a take for you guys where, it's going to get you going or make you think outside the box. I truly don't. That's how deflating this game was. I see the collapse comment, man. Let the fucking season finish. Like, let the next 4 weeks play out. They're going to make the playoffs. See what happens in the playoffs. They lose first round. They lose 3 out of their last 4, but squeak in the playoffs 1 game ahead of Dallas, and then lose first round in the wild card at home. Sure, we can have that conversation.
Right.
But you're gonna say it now, like it means nothing.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I look at this team. I think it would be ridiculous to say, "Oh, I'm confident this team can win back-to-back, Super Bowl, even get to the Super Bowl." Like I'm not confident in that by any means, and I think the offense is the main reason because of that. Obviously, I think the defense is obviously a Super Bowl contending defense. I think they can win you games themselves, and they have this season. But the offense, the team as a whole, they just seem to keep stepping on their own feet throughout games, whether it be turnovers, penalties against the Bears, so on and so forth. They continue to cut their own, whatever you want to say, whatever analogy you want to use.
Cut their legs out from under them.
They kill themselves. Like they kill themselves with penalties. They kill themselves with mistakes. They kill themselves with missed assignments, and now they killed themselves with turnovers this week. So they just find new ways to kind of have a negative impact. And
look, maybe he probably doesn't throw the ball in that tight window when he does because he thinks he has a free play. But when Ojomo jumps off sides and Cooper DeJean has a pick in the first half, you're just butting yourself in the foot there as well, man. But, yeah, sure. So your conclusion here is that following winning the Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP, defensive coordinators in the National Football League followed that season up with that they don't respect that team's quarterback. So here's how we're going to beat them, and not take a look at the different play caller that runs hitch routes 97% of the time with 5 wide receivers.
And a Chargers team that ranks in the top of the NFL on not giving up big plays. Yeah. It's a focus of their fucking defense, moron.
It's their philosophy.
Like, I mean,
come on, man. Jalen Hurts. So but like, this is my point with you, Pump. Like, your takeaway was he wins Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP. 4 days later, defenses that have the Eagles on their schedule next season go, yeah, that's how we're going to beat them.
To each their own, man.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that the way they're playing the RPO, you're wrong. And then it has to go under more things. It has to go to the offensive line's capability right now. Like Cam Jurgens was out of place on like 4 different blocks that got Saquon Barkley eaten up in the backfield. If I watch Jordan Mailata get up off his hands and knees on a run play one more time because he just falls on the ground, I'm going to punch myself in the face.
Holding penalty on a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
That was something else we forgot about. And mind you, that was a minimal holding call. Like, I think it's a little bullshit, but it happened. And he did pull on the jersey as he was falling down. It happened. So erases a touchdown off the board. There's a lot of blame that goes around. You can definitely throw that Chargers loss on Jalen Hurts' head.
Absolutely.
I have no problem with that. It's just the Tanner McKee shit. Give me a fucking break. And, with the Eagles acting like there's some end-all, be-all scenario right now with what this team is, to your point, we don't know. We get games against the Raiders, then we play the Washington Commanders without Jaden Daniels, And then you play the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo with Josh Allen. And they're going to need a game to win. So that will be our final barometer game, if you must, depending on what the Cowboys do over the next few weeks. If they keep winning, we'll have to keep winning. They'll make the playoffs. They'll win the division. Maybe even win a playoff game. The only team, there's maybe two teams in the NFC that I'm looking at and say right now they would beat us. They would beat us. Rams, obviously, one of them.
I'll give you the Rams right now.
I wonder what we would look like against the Seahawks. I feel like we would struggle with the Seahawks. I do feel you. It's their defense. I think they have a good defense. I really do. I'm not saying Darnold can't have a 5 turnover game himself. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying their defense, the way we're playing right now.
I like the Seahawks team a lot.
They dominate teams.
I can't get the memory out of last year out of my head with Sam Darnold.
I feel that.
What do you have? What was he? 14-3 with Minnesota?
Yeah.
14-3.
Yeah.
Goes on the road against the Rams and turns the ball over 5 times and poops his pants in a blowout loss.
Yeah.
You just won 14 games. How do you turn around? So, I don't know.
No,
the Rams, without a doubt, I will give you right now. I don't I'm gonna put aside. I'm sure if it's the NFC Championship game and we're going to LA, I'm gonna be on here saying, well, hey, the Rams haven't beaten us. As of right now, that's the only argument I can give. The Eagles are not playing better than the Rams. Stafford looks fucking ridiculous. Those 2 receivers, everything, that defense.
That's why though the Rams, they can score. They can score 30 plus, and they can do that against us.
Here's my point, right? Here's my point before we wrap up. It is December 11th, right? This is why people frustrate me. This is why national media frustrates me. It's where Pumper frustrates me, because it's such a recency bias league. 3 weeks ago, we went into Lambeau Field. Didn't matter that the offense looked bad. Yeah. We went into Lambeau Field and beat the Green Bay Packers. We followed that up with a win against the Detroit Lions. Now, 3 games have gone by, and at that point in time, coming out after those 2 wins, people went on the airwaves and said that the Packers weren't good enough and the Lions weren't good enough. Fast forward 3 weeks, the Eagles are playing bad, and those 2 teams are winning. Now, the Packers and the Lions are 2 of the best teams in the NFC, and the Eagles aren't the same Eagles team. Well, there's still 4 games to be played. So if the Eagles go 3-1 or 4-0, God forbid, and the Packers lose 2 or the Seahawks lose 1 or whatever the case may be, going into the playoffs, it's going to flip the script. It's such a what have you done for me week to week type of business. And that's what bothers me when people make these declaration statements about who a guy is and what a team is. Because 3 weeks ago, you told me the Packers and Jordan Love weren't good enough and the Eagles are superior. 3 weeks later, the Eagles stink. The offense stinks, and Jordan Love can take the Packers to the Super Bowl. What is it, bro? What side of the fence is it?
Right. No, it's interesting, man. It's interesting. We'll see how they can bounce back this season. You're going to have plenty of opportunity down the stretch to find a stride, I would say.
Yeah.
And, I think that's something that just kind of gets swept under the rug. And, I'm not making excuses for losing 3 in a row. It's just the way it happens. And, maybe in 2023, we were saying the same thing, the way it played out. I think it was a little different than just with the caliber of teams they were playing. Yeah. But that's why I asked about the Chargers. What are they? It's an injured Justin Herbert. Their defense turns us over 5 times. What are they a good team? You know what I mean?
Right.
The Bears, are they a good team? The Cowboys, are they a good team? So I guess it just depends how you feel about those opposing teams.
I will say this, and we'll wrap up.
The class of the NFC.
I don't disagree with this from them, and that it's not sustainable. I agree. I will say this. I don't know how Scotty feels. I agree with you. That not the 5 turnovers. Obviously, that's not sustainable. The way that they beat the Lions and the Packers, it's the first question you and I talked about.
Yeah.
That just doesn't feel sustainable. I'm not going to hate on that. Pumper, I guess maybe blindly of me, I have some inkling of faith that they're not going to be that bad in the playoffs. I have some inkling of faith that all this talent and the guy that shows up when the lights are brightest with this defense can win playoff football games. But no, They look like they did in Lambeau. They look like they did after the first quarter in Dallas. They look like they did against the Lions. They're probably not beating anybody, brother. Maybe one team, right? Maybe if they play the 49ers in the first round or something at home, they
Right
can
now,
beat
they
that
would.
team. But that's I agree.
I
said this. I think I texted you this Monday. Every snap, bro, feels difficult.
Yeah.
Every play feels difficult.
Exhausting.
And that's where it runs deeper to me than the quarterback. Because why? How is it so difficult for Saquon and Mailata and Juergens and AJ and Smith? It's difficult for everybody. There's not a lot of separation. The line's getting beat. Something's getting blown up. It's like, I don't understand that.
No, I feel I was actually just looking at the Raiders and some of their stats just to see, because to be quite honest, we could use like a little training session. I mean, I think that is completely fair, as childish as that sounds.
You know
the
who's
offense
starting.
could use a little bit of training wheels type of game against the Raiders or the Commanders coming up.
You know who's starting for
that
is funny too. I didn't even think about that. Like if Jaden Daniels doesn't play in either of the games as well, we get Kenny Pickett and Marcus Mariota, two former backups to Jalen Hurts in 3 of the final 4 weeks, with Josh Allen thrown in the middle there in Buffalo. So obviously that's the game that we have circled. Man, you got to take care of business first. Like, listen, God forbid, let me just
need to fucking win.
Knock on wood there. You find a way to lose in Vegas to Kenny Pickett, then I'll probably hang it up. I mean,
but see, like that's kind of, I've been like going down a level each week. I feel like, because I felt this way against the Chargers, to be quite honest. And I know Chargers and Raiders completely different teams, but this would be the low of the lows.
Oh yeah,
new low. But
I mean, I can make an argument that the Raiders are the worst team in football.
Is there any way the Eagles can earn your confidence back offensively before the end of the season, or is that shot? You just got to do it in the playoffs, or it doesn't. Like, obviously, it doesn't matter what your confidence is like in the offense going into the postseason. But if they go out and they beat the Bills in Buffalo and they put up 30 plus, is that going to like reinstill the confidence?
I think so. I think it's that simple, man. It doesn't have to be. It's not a consistent. Every game is different. Every game has a different identity and is won and lost in different ways. It's not that I need this offense to come out and average 30 over the last 4 games and be unstoppable. Bottom line is, if you look unstoppable against the Raiders or the Commanders, but lay a dud against a playoff team like the Bills, I'm going to have questions.
Yeah.
So
the Bills don't have a
Bills game, right or wrong, is the one that's circled right now. You have to take care of business in all of them. Starts this week. You take care of business against the Raiders, and you damn sure take care of business against the Commanders at home. That Bills game is what's circled. Josh Allen, we'll find. I think we'll find out a decent amount about that team. I'm not saying it's a unlosable game. You have to a must win type of game. They could already be in the playoffs at that point. Who knows? If you lose it 22-19 minus the turnovers, I'm not going to be mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be upset. I'm not going to be mad. You lose it 28-17, I'm going to have I'm going to have a lot of concerns heading into January. So
I don't think we're going to play the Bills. To your point, I don't think that game is going to end 10-7. Like, if we only put up 10 points, the Bills are going to put up 20-30. Like, Josh Allen does score the football.
Brother.
But I know
defense is just that fucking.
Yeah, good. It's fair, and we have seen him lay some duds this year because he doesn't have a ton around him. I mean, James Cook is pretty good, but no, I feel you. I don't know.
Really, really good. Really fucking good. So, yeah, man, we have to somehow flip the page, see how he responds, right? Like, it's going to be a big game on Sunday, minus the opponent, because not only do you have to bounce back in the win column, how does number one respond? It's not about the offense looking beautiful each and every drive and figuring all the stuff out that we've been bitching about, but you're coming off of that type of performance. How's that first drive go for Jalen, right? So it'll be interesting to see how Vegas looks. You got to see if a lot of Eagles fans. Yeah. Are we on the road or home for Vegas?
We're in Vegas, I believe.
No, we're home.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong week.
Yeah, we are home. All right.
Damn.
Well,
even more reason that you did. Obviously, you can't, but like, damn.
Let me tell you something, brother. They go 3 and out on that first drive. Or he turns the ball over. Or takes a bad set. I mean, wow. You will have 70,000 screaming pumpers on your hand if that is the case. So,
nah, you are spot on.
Kevin, AJ, Saquon, et cetera. Figure it the fuck out starting now.
First 1 p.m. game in a while, man.
Yeah, I know.
Sheesh.
Kyle Schwarber also signed a 5-year deal with the Phils. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
That'll be the positive show.
Yes, Kyle. Well, we'll be positive. We'll see how certain people.
VJ Edgecombe hate will come into the chat.
We'll see. We got some Sixers talk to get into with all of you guys, and Kyle Schwarber back with the Phils. 5 years, 150. How do you feel about it? Obviously a positive for me. 33-year-old DH, brother. That's all I need. For myself, for Scotty, guys, as always, you can find us on Twitter at DSM_Media. Make sure to follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's the best and only spot to be interactive with us. D-Rab, KC, even Pumper. We appreciate you guys, and make sure to tap in tomorrow. We're going live on the Turf Talk channel in a few moments. Peace out, everybody.
Yes, sir. Peace, everybody.